Coaches, what's going on? It's Coach Ian Tatum here, back with the Tatum Clinic series. And today I am here with Coach Allen. Coach Allen is going his second season at William Campbell HS in Virginia. He's been coaching for over 15 years in the state of Virginia. He's been an offense coordinator as well as a head coach. He also runs the Bigs Rule the World YouTube channel, which I'm a big fan of. And they have over 950 subscribers and over 100 videos out there on offensive line play and offense in general. So I have all his stuff in the link down below in the description. Definitely check him out and make sure you subscribe to his stuff. But Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Coach. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Coach, it hasn't come out yet, but by the time this comes out, maybe it will. I did a counter clinic for you on your channel, and so you're going to reciprocate and do an inside zone one for me. And for people that know me, I'm a big gap scheme guy, but I have run inside zone in other places I've been. So getting to listen to a different perspective on zone is going to be really, really good, and I can't wait for it.
Well, I'll take it away, Coach. I got to tell you, I grew up a big gap scheme guy too. The first 6, 7, 8 years of my career I spent as a gap scheme guy. So when I got into zone, I kind of bastardized it and made it look like gap scheme when I first got into it. We ran what ended up what most people would call duo, where I would read that backside. I would read the play side in right there. And I bastardized it because we just worked on the these down combinations. And what I would do with my offensive line, that was our main run play. Was I think people have called it Zier. Most people call it duo because it focuses on the two double teams right there. We would do that, and then we would also work on pulling that guy and working the quarterback, working a little quarterback counter, that type of thing off of that. And what we loved off of that, this was when I was at Chatham as a head coach. What we loved off of that is this guy was going to be wrong either way. Because if he was squeezing and just sitting for the zone, or if he would sit for the zone right here and read that quarterback, a lot of times we'd have a guard come and just kick his butt right there and get trapped. If he would come down and squeeze to blow up the puller, and we'd know next play, hey, we're going to run our zone read game, and he'd hit right here. He squeezes, quarterback would pull, and we'd also RPO off of that. The easiest RPO I had off of that was just to have the bubble out here to the slot receiver right here, and I had a pretty good slot receiver always, and we ran it like triple option, and it was pretty fun. But when I got to Alta Vista High School and worked with a guy named Andy Cox for 3 years, we got into more traditional inside zone. So traditional inside zone for us, when I first got here got to Alta Vista with Andy, he wanted to talk about simplifying it for your offensive lineman. I think that's the big thing. That's why I like gap scheme. I grew up a gap scheme offensive lineman. It was simple for me. For us, there's rules about covered and uncovered and different rules like that. We keep it very simple with our guys when it comes to your different combos and who has who. It all starts with the center, okay? If he does not have a head-up nose guard, if it's an even front, like I have drawn up right here, he's going to combo with the play side guard, all right? We usually would tell our guys we're going to speak in Spanish on the play side. We're going to speak in ABCs on the backside. So for them, they're going to call out an Uno combo right there. And then off of that, they will work to that backer. Our play side tackle, since his guard has left him, knows he just has a solo block right here where he'll take left foot step right here and then angle out right there. Now, since the center is comboing with the play side guard, the backside guard has to combo with the backside tackle. This is what we would call a B block since we speak in ABCs. So for us, they're calling BBB, and they combo down here. We read this block for where our running back wants to run. We read that in, and that's just your basic inside zone. What gets fun with it, though, when you run inside zone is your tag game off of it. And for us, a couple of things we could do in the tag game out of 10 and 20 personnel. So let's say your quarterback's your runner. And we had a running quarterback before a couple couple different running quarterbacks at Alta Vista. So we're going to have the same front. Let's say we run it out of 10 personnel. I want to run something, we'll call it Zebra Alpha. So for us, the Zebra call tells us we're going inside zone. The Alpha call tells us, hey, quarterback's going to keep it. And it's going to almost be our lead call. So for the offensive line, they know, hey, same combos here. Only thing that changes, you're going to get a lock on the backside. Whenever this guy hears Alpha, he locks because we can't let that backside end go since we're not reading him. So he'll lock. It basically means that guard has to stay on unless that linebacker shows. But this F will take off at the snap and lead and look for any trash if that backside linebacker comes. And we've adjusted before and had the combo go this way just to sort of give more of a true ISO feel. But what is this play? It's quarterback ISO. Without practicing quarterback ISO, all of our linemen know is that they're blocking Zebra with a lock. We will do the same thing if you want to get a little cross action. We got Alpha. We'll hit you with the Omega. So Omega for us, this is good because we don't have to lead. We don't have to lock on that back end. We'll cross face action here. We're never giving that F the ball on Omega. The quarterback is just going to hit the same vantage point he would as he would if he was a tailback. That F will then take out that play side in. And now we have our quarterback counter look off of still inside zone blocking. I've also done it previously, similar to what you did with Bash in the counter game, with your back away. If I wanted to call it Zebra Bash. Okay, for us, we'll go away right here. And now they've essentially just switched they've switched who their read guy is. Quarterback's still going to take the inside read. This outside guy is going to be who our F's going to give it to. So if he comes and crashes down the play, we hand it off to the F, and there we go. If he wants to stay out on the sweep, we hit it up inside, and we run inside zone with the quarterback. That's out of 10. Out of 20. And that's just out of 10. We've covered our base Zebra, then with an Alpha, then with Omega, then with Bash. And again, offensive line has just blocked Zebra, just blocked inside zone. Out of 20, let's say I want to put a hip in the game. So first you can do your normal split, Zebra split or Zebra cross. That's what we call it. Where our offensive line just know, hey, it's Zebra. Same combos. That H is going to come clear him out. And there we go. So we have, I'm going to call it cross. Use a little bit of our terminology there. That's your split zone. I think everybody does that. Let's say you're having a problem. We didn't run this one as much, but it just sort of filled the situation if we needed it. Let's say you're having a problem with an overhang linebacker here with this H, okay? We've now put an extra guy into the box. Let's say they put an extra guy into the box, okay? I'm going to even put it so we still run to the one technique. Just because I like running to the one, we can run it either way, though. But I like running it to the one. But let's say they want to give us a little 4-3. Okay? We can off of this. We'll be at a true more double right there. I'm going to put him overhang right there just for the situation. Let's say we have this linebacker here overhanging right there. Let's say it's a 4-4, and we got to get this play side guy. He's been messing stuff up for us. We'll call this King. He's going to come out. He's going to go to the play side for us. He's going to get that outside linebacker. Bang. Again, same blocking. All right. Then, and this is all just with one tag. We've done cross. We've done king. I like bluff. So bluff for us. Let's say you get a 4-4. Same blocking. And where this really works out, so the H is going to now come out. He's going to bluff that he's going here and running what we would call zebra cross, and instead he's going to continue on and be the first blocker on that outside linebacker. What it creates here is, for that quarterback, a lead blocker if this guy gives him the pull read. So now if I pull, now I have that H as my lead blocker right there. So that for us is bluff. And then, this is where if Andy Cox was on here, he'd say I bastardized the system. I started doing combo tags because I would have a guy I like to put in at quarterback. My last year at Alta Vista, we had a guy we like to put in at quarterback and run the ball with him. We also had some running backs that were heftier and would like to use them more as a fullback type along with our H-backs. So if you want to just run smash mouth football, here you go. You start comboing tags. So for me, let's say I want a little let's see, which one do I want? Oh, I forgot almost. One of our only tags that we haven't talked about that. This is our load. This is our load tag. This just has him being the ISO guy. So we're still going to block our normal progression. We're still going to have a read right there. But the H is going to bust up. He's loading up into the hole wherever he sees fit into this A-B gap area and giving that F another sort of guy to lead him through. And that leads us well to some of the stuff that we did off of it. So let's say I wanted to go and run quarterback lead. So for me, I can do it two ways. If I'm going multiple tags. And again, the play call is still 2 words, 3 words. Keeps life simple. And my offensive line still knows they're blocking inside zone. So for us there, if I want to go 2 tags, let's say I want to go alpha. I want him to lead. I want him to bust up and run load. So if I want to go, here would be zebra, alpha, load. Okay, the alpha tells the back he's going to lead. The load tells the H he's also going to lead. So since I hear alpha, that means I'm going to lock. He's probably going to be on to him. Got my play side combo. I'm here. H is going to lead up in the hole, see the first thing he can find. F is going to follow him. And we just went basically smash mouth, almost single wingish type football, double ISO. Off of that, I also liked a couple different things you can do if you want to get the defense with some counter action to it. So this for us, I told you Omega had him going crossface. So let's say I want to run zebra, Omega, load. All right. Again, and just to show you, we can run into the 3. Okay. If you're going to run into the 3, and I'm showing a 42 because we see a lot of 42 and a lot of 52. The way we solve a 52, I'll say while I have here, is you got to use your tight ends a little bit, get those guys widened out. So if we're going to do this here, run into a 3, he's probably going to end up taking him solo, just unless he crosses face. But he still knows his combos with the center. He's got B gap threat. Center's going to have A gap threat. This gives our guard a chance. He can call in this one tech situation what we call mayday call. That means, hey, give me a little flipper right there so I can get my butt around, and then work your way back up here. And then for us here, talking back to a mega load here. So we're going to go to counter action. H is still going to lead. Find the first man he can. We're going Omega, so we're up here to the next level. If there's no 3-tech here, that backside guard has A gap. I'm going to take B gap right there. F is going to take him. And here we got quarterback counter with a lead. Off of that, we've done double ISO. I've also, similar action, I've done zebra, alpha, cross. And now, if I'm going to run zebra, alpha, cross, he's crossing, got our combos, and now I'm leading. And I have that cross face action there with the H. So I've shown you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 different plays. But what is the offensive line other than making a lock call on alpha? They've only practiced one play. So for me, I think that was the beauty with inside zone. I think you can get the same thing with any type of G or gap scheme. If you use the power of the tag game, make life simple for your offensive lineman. I think that was the big thing we tried to do back at Chatham when I told you we bastardized the inside zone a little bit and ran it like a gap guy would. We just wanted to make things simple where our offensive lineman could really focus on one gap or one type of scheme. And for us, when we were at Alta Vista, and this was at the height of our playbook, we were probably running this thing at least 80% of the time, just based on what the calls were.
I love the combo calls, Coach. Like adding stuff together, and you get real funky with it. Because like you said, you just put up 10 plays, and if you go left and right, technically it's 20. Right off of one scheme, and that's what I'm trying to get so many guys to understand. Like, hey, it is not a sin to have variations, and your tags are very simple. Like they're one word. You don't have too many syllables in them either. And it's like just put this and this together and let's rock and roll. I love when you went the double ISO lead. Oh yeah, that was getting me going.
Oh yeah, because for me that was going back old single wingish type football. For a gap scheme guy, I was like, okay, here we go. This is how you punch somebody in the face with inside zone. Yeah. And then for us, when we were calling it at Alta Vista, William Campbell, we do bands. So that can get a little bit wordy if you want all your tags. But when we were doing it at Alta Vista, the simplest thing we found was to do hand signals. Then I could add any type of tag I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been a part of wristband systems or where everybody's had a wristband or just the quarterback. And sometimes, it kind of puts you in a box sometimes.
Yeah.
Whatever you put on that band's what you got. But there's ways around that. But yeah, I'm definitely a signal guy as well. So, and if you're only signaling to your quarterback, like maybe you huddle or you just send to your quarterback, or if you are a spread, no huddle type of guy, as long as your skill know it, the quarterback relays it to the O-line. They don't need to know it. So.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Our offensive linemen, what we would do, our signal back at Alta Vista for inside zone was this. All the offensive linemen saw was this. Mm-hmm. They didn't care about any of the tags that came on with it unless they heard the quarterback tell them it was an alpha call.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else, I would tell guys as an offensive line coach, guys, I don't care what they called. All you're learning is inside zone. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even I teach like maybe where the ball's going on the base play, but if there's a pull read or we're gonna do some bash, something like that, when the guys are like, hey, why is the ball going out there? But it's supposed to hit here. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
You just block what you're supposed to block.
Absolutely.
100%. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming on and talking some inside zone. And I wrote down definitely some notes. And like I said, I love the combo calls and stacking assignments for the skill guys because they don't rule the world, to use your mantra. So we're gonna make it simple for the guys up front. But like I said earlier, guys, make sure you hit up Coach. He's on Twitter. Make sure you go and subscribe to Biggest Rule of the World on YouTube. Coach was awesome to come on and do a video for me, because I did one for him. So, Coach, again, I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you. Hey, your counter clinic's going to be up by the time this video is up. It should be up Saturday morning, actually.
Awesome.
I'm excited for it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Well, Coach, hey, have a good weekend, and I appreciate everything you've done.
You too. Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.